Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice, where it's time for another Sunday preview, this time on Monday. Slight delay on getting this one out. I was actually out at the ice hockey last night, so hopefully that's a good enough reason to have missed this. But we're here now, and all it is it's just 40k. Nobody really cares about that, right? Everything in this article will be going up for pre-order on Saturday the 8th of February and releasing on Saturday the 22nd of February. But as expected, it is time for the Krieg reinforcements and just the bulk of the Guard Wave 2. I think we were expecting this. I was certainly expecting this either this week or next week. We're going to run through it. There's actually quite a few Black Library as well. And it touches on, and I don't think we've talked about the Combat Patrol, or the new Combat Patrol for the Guard. It's an interesting one. So yeah, we'll run through that. So as mentioned, this is all the extra Krieg stuff that was promised. Some beautiful models in here. Codex, we've got the Standard Edition and the Fancy Edition. You probably will be able to pick up the other limited edition one off eBay as well, but they were a bit pricey when I looked last time around. But that gives you everything that you need rules-wise and law-wise for the Astra Militarum for 10th. It also probably contains a lot of points and spelling mistakes, so be aware. But we've also got Lord Dry coming out, beautiful model, really nice model. The more I see this, the more I like it, and I do like, they don't show them here, but I do like his options as well, which is cool. I may pick this up at some point down the line. Krieg Command Squad, this comes with the Krieg Commissar and the fancy toilet roll holder, which is cool. That's a fancy medic as well, but the problem with this for me is it's just too World War I themed. That's my issue with the Krieg. I've said it time and time again. I completely get why people love the aesthetic, and they are beautiful models. I do love their power sabers, but they're beautifully done. I love that banner actually. That banner is stunning. And the Death Riders finally coming out. They're in boxes of 5. I don't think points-wise they're that expensive. I think you can run them in squads of 10, and I think they're probably very mean as squads of 10. So 30 of those running around, probably expensive, but might just pack a good punch along with the Attilian Rough Riders. Combat Engineers, it looks like this, sadly, as expected, is a box of 5. I'd be interested to know how much they charge for this, because I think if they follow their standard pricing, it's going to be crazy money, and I think that they're getting too expensive, certainly for a box of 5, but they are beautiful models. I love the shotguns. I do like the extra armor as well on these actually, and the mine layer as well. Now these guys aren't 35 points for 5, just to be clear, they have updated that, but still. So yep, they're coming out soon. Death Court of Krieg, all this is doing is showing you a box of troops. I don't know how they're going to label these up, because this is just the kill team box that has been around for 3 years. It comes with the kill team sprue, because you can see elements of that, the binoculars, for the spotter. They only show you one special weapon, and it's a flamer. But this is just the kill team box, so I don't know if they're changing the brand, because it's only just re-released for kill team, so are they changing the branding for it to be 40k box and dropping the... I don't know why this is here. But maybe this is just oh, and you can also get the troops. I don't know. Heavy weapon squads, these are stunning. I do like these. And they're a mix of the heavy flamer, which was teased, the las cannon, and the twin heavy stubber. Yeah, I do like these. The artillery team, they were in the army set. Again, these are really nice models. You can have the siege cannon, the heavy mortar, or the multiple rocket launcher as well. Combat Patrol. So these are usually about 100, 105 quid going by Games Workshop prices. And you get one command squad, which makes sense. You get a squad of 10 Kazakin, which are elite special forces, and you get 10 Rough Riders. So it's not the Kriegs, it's the Attilian Rough Riders, but they function very similarly. I think these are slightly tougher, but it's 10. I'm just trying to work out how this plays, because you've got 10 elite troopers. There is a kill team box that comes with all of the options, so I really like that in this Combat Patrol you also have a ready-made kill team ready to go. Rules for kill team are free, it's all in there. Build them how you want. Fantastic. But I don't understand where the Rough Riders come in with a command squad and how orders are going to work, and it just seems like such an odd pairing. I don't know how this works. Certainly nobody's joining the Attilian Rough Riders. I just don't get it. I don't get it. But it's really good set of models, and at the price that it is for what's included, it's probably a very good price. If you're wanting to start Guard, or you want another command squad with all these extras. Data cards, there's probably misprints on there as well, and the dice, they're blue for Krieg. I think these are quite nice, you know. I really slam Games Workshop for their dice. They're not see-through. They've got the Krieg style motif on the 6. I like the blue. I like the mottled effect. Yeah. Pretty nice. And I have the Cadian ones that came out in 9th. They're the only Games Workshop dice I've bought, from Games Workshop anyway. For some reason, the Guard dice are really nice every time. They don't roll well, but still. Now this is surprise to me. I didn't know we were getting another one of these. I'm glad that we are. 40k Crusade Nachmund Gauntlet. Brand new Crusade with all of the narrative stuff. Probably an update on the story in the Nachmund Gauntlet as well. Nice to see that we're moving away from the prior Nexus, because that doesn't interest me. This does, and I think I will be picking this up when it goes up for pre-order. So we'll run through this. Does it give us anything? So Abaddon plunges his demonic spear into the Imperium's defense lines at the Nachmund Gauntlet. Worlds protecting the Imperium Sanctus. Which is Sanctus? Is that the Ultramarines bit, or is that what they're calling the Gauntlet now? Are under assault by Harken World Claimer, so is that a nod to a new Harken World Claimer model, which is very much needed. And when an unstoppable Chaos Armada slams into the fortified world of Sanguiterra, Blood Angels? Even the living Saint Celestine herself may not be enough to turn back the tide, so there's Space Marines, Sisters, there will be Imperial Guard in here. Very chaos heavy. There's probably other stuff going on as well. The last bit I saw about the Nachmund Gauntlet, everybody wanted a piece of it. So this is a narrative expansion for 40k and contains expanded Crusade campaign rules for the Sanguiterra War and vicious surgical deep strikes. So we're going back to a 3-inch deep strike. Plus 15 missions for your Crusade forces to battle through. It will also be available in Special Collector's Edition, which you can see there. They're exactly the same, aside from a bit of gold on the cover. So if you want the Collector's Edition, by all means, it's your money, but they're usually overpriced for what they are. Just in my view. White Dwarf 509 is Knights. So we've got both Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights getting all new rules for their Armigers and War Dogs in Combat Patrol. So Knights are getting Combat Patrol rules, but their codexes have vanished. It also contains all the usual White Dwarf stuff, and you get a free sheet of tarmac painted on card, so you can do photography with your own stuff if you want to. Yeah, this one's not singing to me, but who knows, maybe we'll have a look. So over onto Black Library now, we've got Carcharodon's Outer Dark Special Edition. This is by Robbie McNiven, and it's all about the Carcharodons taking on Tyranids. New hardback special edition version of the classic Black Library novel, individually numbered, signed by the author, in a beautiful soft touch embossed cover, grey ribbon page marker, silver foil on the covers and page edges. Available while stocks lasts, so if you do want this, if you want to add this to your special edition collection, be quick on pre-order day, because they will probably fly out very fast. All in all, it's just a nice front cover, but it's effectively it's a special edition of an older book, so it's a re-release. Double Eagle by Dan Abnett is getting a hardback release as well. I don't think that this will fly off the shelves, but if you want it, probably be quick, because I think all of the Black Library books do sell very well. Interceptor City, which is the sequel, 2 decades after Double Eagle. This is the new one that Dan Abnett did the special edition for a couple of weeks back, or maybe just before Christmas. So Intercept City by Dan Abnett, available in hardback, ebook and audiobook at the weekend as well. Siege of Vrax is getting a re-release. This is in paperback by the looks of it, and this one's by classic Deathcore of Krieg novel by Steve Lyons. So if you don't have it, or you've been waiting for it in paperback, honestly I prefer my books in paperback. But Siege of Vrax is coming. Over to Warhammer TV, we have more Questing Knights. I've been really enjoying this series. They're not really going through everything. It's a very cut down run through. I'm really liking it. So I'm glad to see that they're still doing this, because they're teasing like there's going to be more episodes, but you never actually quite know when they're going to release. So Questing Knights, and then we're getting Deep Strike, which is taking a look at Bolt Gun, the fairly well received Doom style 40k game, but classic Doom. So talking to Nina and Aaron from Auroch Digital about the creation of Bolt Gun, which will be interesting. I like these anyway, but when they're actually talking about video games, which is another one of the things I love, then I'm more interested to see how that works, so that's cool. And over on the painting desk, joined by heavy metal painter Tom for a look at his own personal collection inspired by White Dwarf challenges. That could actually be interesting with kit bashes and things there. You can see that's the Sigmar captain on a horse that he's put a different head on and things. Looks really well painted. I mean, the guy can obviously paint because he paints for heavy metal, so yeah, that'll be interesting just from a painting inspiration point of view, which is cool. And over on Warhammer Community, they have a bunch of reveals to show off, including more from the Eldari. Okay, that's a surprise, including some painted miniatures from their very own team, and we get a first peek at what's inside the new Crusade Nachmund Gauntlet expansion later in the week as well. I'll definitely be covering that. You know me, I like my narrative. Yeah, okay. New Eldari though. What's going to be coming for Eldari? Because they did miss off one of the Phoenix Lords, didn't they? They were kind of forgotten. And I think there was a bit of backlash about that. What would be New Eldari? That might even be dropping later today, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll have a look at that when that drops. Some pretty good stuff. Warhammer Plus is getting better value for money from my point of view. There is stuff that I actively do watch on there. Some of the animations are okay. Cadia Stands, I was going to do a separate video on Cadia Stands. I'll give you my thoughts now. It was fine. Looking at it from a story point, I enjoyed it, but the animation just wasn't... I know it's Hammer and Bolter. I know it's one of the second fiddle animation things. I struggled with some of the animation. Some of the cinematography was amazing, but outside of that, I didn't rate it, and I don't want to just make a video blasting something, especially when there's no real reference to other ones. So yeah, but I think the best stuff that they're doing is like questing nights in the games and things. They do them really well. It is a shame that it's all behind a paywall. It's just how it is, isn't it? Yeah, so you've probably guessed, pick of the pre-order is 40k Nachmund Gauntlet. Is anything narrative is going to pique my interest. Really interested to see what they tease for it. They're obviously pushing the narrative further again with Nachmund, which is one of the big staging areas, and it was very big in Kill Team. I actually think the current Kill Team Volcus area is set around the Nachmund Gauntlet as well. I might be wrong on that, but that was my understanding. So I'm interested to see what's going on, even just from a lore perspective. This is going to be interesting. But I do like a bit of Crusade, and I really should build a 40k Crusade force. So yeah, and these are always good. So that's good. Hopefully that they do this just as well as they've done Path to Glory, which I know we need to get back to. But that's my pick of the pre-order. And then all the Krieg stuff. It's a good combat patrol. It's not Krieg, weirdly enough. It is a good combat patrol. And then Krieg Wave 2. So yeah, very strong pre-order for 40k. And more Eldari coming later this week, which will be interesting. Let me know what stood out for you in the comments and what you'll be picking up on Saturday. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.